I wasn't sure about, Arteta's tactics, but there was no doubt we were the better side today. When it came to sort of the ability and the technique, we had half a dozen goes at goal we couldn't score. I mean, why is it that you've got Trossard in just around the 6-yard box, open goal, Dowman, open goal, Saka, open goal, Martinelli, open goal. I mean, Jesus, my gosh, open goal. Every single one of them shoots it at the goalkeeper, straight at the keeper. Look, the keeper's about 18 inches wide. The goal, what is it? And I understand what it's like when you're in front of goal. You just want to shoot quick. But that's what makes a great centre forward and an average player. And seriously, our coaches have got to start teaching our players when they're in front of the goal, that close, they hit it away from the keeper. Aim for the blasted post, at least. I used to, I taught my grandson and my son, when shooting, what you aim at straight away, if you're rushing the shot, aim for the back corner of the net. That's what you aim at. If you see the keeper, aim for the back corner of the net. Any side, back corner of the net, the side of inside the goal. That's what you aim at. It's a big old space. It looks bigger. That's what I coached my kids to do. Because when you are there and everything's going around and, the adrenaline's pumping and you just got to shoot, don't shoot at straight. Don't shoot straight. Teach them to shoot at that part of the goal, the side, inside netting, big area. That's what I used to teach my kids. That's what I used to teach and coach my players. Something's going wrong at Arsenal. We can't score. And when we had sort of 5, 6 opportunities, literally in the 6-yard box, every single one went straight at the goalkeeper. That's nuts. I accept, the one from Martinelli was at an angle, etc. And that's difficult. But not the one from Dowman, not the one from Jesus, for gosh sake. They should have gone straight in the back of the net, on the side, and make the keeper save. As for the tactics, I don't even know what the tactics were. If you've got in the midfield Havertz, Trossard and Dowman, you're playing against the Division 3 side, basically. They're just going to come at you and be physical. Dowman's not going to be a physical player, okay? He's not. Havertz is not that, when I talk about going into 50-50 tackles, Dowman's not that sort of player. Trossard's not that sort of player. Havertz is not that. So we were always going to have the soft underbelly in the midfield. And we weren't that first 15-20 minutes. We bottled every tackle in the middle. We did. Where was the commitment and the energy? But that is the manager. Okay, Norgard was there, but what's Norgard doing? Is he playing sort of centre-half, defensive midfield? I was a bit lost with what Norgard was doing. I think he was as well. He had a good game. I'm not saying he didn't. But he can't, there were times, most of the time, all they were doing, long balls over. As soon as their fullbacks had it, over to the wings or long balls to the centre forward. And there were a number of times our centre half was one-on-one with a long ball just coming over the top, him in one-on-one with the centre forward. A lot of times with no backing. No backing. Okay, confident enough to do it. But just one of those goes wrong, okay, and they're in for goal. And that can happen any time. And we made one mistake, Sam and the poor guy, because I thought he had a good game apart from that. And then you could see he got a bit shaky. He had a good game. And then Mosquera, honestly, what was he doing? He should have been aware of that and gone straight in and cleared it or made a tackle. But then he showed the wrong side. He was turning badly. And the keeper, my gosh, I'm not saying he could have saved it, but he should have made a better effort than what he did. Martinelli's not playing well. And Jesus, I don't want to see him in, all love the guy, but I don't want to see him in an Arsenal first team again this season. And you're all going to say, yeah, we've got to get him fit for the rest of the season. No, I've said it time and again. He's been out a long time. He's lost his pace. He never had a lot of pace. And frankly speaking, he's not going to get match fit before the end of the season. It's not going to happen. And in that time, he will lose us games because we've only got 10 players playing while he's on. There are times where he's up the field, going forward. He was back in our own half still. He's a centre forward. He was back in, and don't tell me he's backtracking to defend. He wasn't. He just not got it. He seriously hasn't. It's sad to see. The guy's got to go, and don't play him anymore. It's a waste of a player. It seriously is. I'd play one of the academy players instead of Jesus. He is that poor. I'm sorry, that is it. He really is. Martinelli's not, but whether it's because Martinelli sort of is, holding himself for the next games, I don't know. But because he's going to have to play now, because Trossard is now injured, it looks like. Where the hell, what's going on with Odegaard? What's going on with White? Anyway, I'm not quite sure. Arteta, we should win the league. And if we lose it, 2 seasons ago we should have won it. And I felt your rotations and team changes and substitutions were wrong. I felt this was just a poor show. And you have to take responsibility. You've got 8 games now. You've got 8 games. You've got to win 7 of them. And we've won the league. Forget the Champions League. I don't want to forget anything, but 7 games. Concentrate on those 7 league games. Because if we win all of them, we've won the league. And I say 7 because I don't care about Man City. I want to beat them at City. All right? But we need to win 7 out of 8. That's it. And we're there. Football Chat Uncensored, Reno talking.